Hello, Oche Kitchen. This is Mr. Derezzio again here. Just to talk to you for equipment again about hospitalization and ways you can also prevent, going to the hospital, I should say, and saving money. Really, the easiest thing is that we get every year is the cold, with the cold symptoms. What we can do, that we tell you, immunization, which is the flu vaccine. Every year we know it's a different strand, yes, and we can still get the flu even if we take the flu vaccine. But what it can do, it diminishes. Not really diminish. I should say lessens. You might get the flu, but it might not have an impact as if you had not taken the flu. So it's good to take the flu vaccine. If you're at home, you do flu home remedies like chicken soup. There is something in that chicken soup, from way back when. We know that, right? There's always something in the chicken soup. So we do that. We can always take Robitussin and lots of rest and hydration. That's the best thing. You might not want to eat, that is okay, but as long as you take the fluid in, you're keeping the body hydrated, so you're actually replenishing. Okay, so that's a good way to go with the flu, and it also prevent you, because if you go to the hospital, now you got to think about what you got to pay. Your time when you go to the hospital, you go in the ER, you spend hours in there just for what? For them to string you up to an IV, because that's basically what they're going to give you, some IV fluids, and send you home, maybe give you antibiotic, which you probably didn't even need if you're just taking your home remedies. Now you have to pay maybe copay if your insurance doesn't cover everything. So it takes a lot out of you, from that too. Another thing is immunization. You got to keep up with the immunization. That's not only for kids but also for adults as we go along. Because with immunization, it prevents a lot of stuff. A lot of stuff. Pregnant mothers, if you're pregnant, make sure you're taking that folic acid. Make sure you're taking it all, because then your baby will come out with a lot of problems, a lot of issues, because you neglected, to give your child what was needed while the child was within the womb. So you have to make sure you take that iron, because thinking it's not just for you. You got to think of the child's future also. At times we don't normally think that way because we might get upset, we may throw up or vomit, and we're thinking of ourselves at that moment, of how we feel, but it's all temporary, that feeling. At the end, the child comes out, and the child is going to be there forever. So, you want to think of the child's well-being. So make sure you get vaccinated while you are pregnant. Another thing is what we should think of is our diet. Diet. Eat properly. If you eat properly, it can prevent a whole lot of stuff. Exercise, food control, diabetes. Every day we get up, sometimes we're so tired because we're working 2-3 jobs. So the easiest thing to get is fast food. So we may get the McDonald's, or we may get the Wendy's, or we get the Chinese, or we get the papaya, stuff like that. But it's all fat. It's all fat. So what happens is it builds up inside, clots. Now we have a stroke. Now we become obese. What happens? Now we have diabetes. All of that causes all diabetes, which can be prevented. Most of these can be prevented. So we call it early intervention. Watch what you eat. Exercise daily. I know sometimes it's a little bit hard, but even if it's just to walk down the block just for 2 seconds and walk back, it's sometimes, we are sometimes so tired, we think that, oh my God, I can't do it. But you're in your house, you run up the stairs, run down the stairs. Coming down may be good, going up, that's when you feel it. But you just do twice per day. And listen, it does a lot. It's a cardio right there, because for sure you're feeling it. So it's always good. There's little things that we can do while we're at home, but because we're so tired, because we have to work, we're all working class people here, but at the same time, we have to remember that the body can get sick. We might work, but if we can't work the body, what's going to happen? It's all going to be in vain. We won't be able to do what we want to do, what we love doing, So diet, exercise, moderation, prevent all those stuff, the CVAs, the diabetes. We don't want none of that stuff going on. By doing all these things, you prevent going to the hospital. Now you don't have to spend that extra cash, which you work so hard to achieve. Now you can keep it to do what you want to do instead of being sick. It saves you. Like I said before in the beginning, deductible. Sometimes it can be a lot, and it's always good to just not be in a hospital. Always good to be at home, to be with your family, because away from your family sometimes it's not good. All right.